Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're actually going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing a recap of the full episode. Why, you ask? Because I'm over these people. Honestly, their voices sound like screeching from my worst nightmare.
Hey, I have to change everything. Me alone, I have to change everything.
And frankly, I'm just bored. I really am. They're just boring me to death by this point.
Where's some cheeseburgers at?
So now let's shimmy over to Ding Dong and Anali. And what in God's green earth is coming out of his mouth? Is he channeling his inner guinea pig or something? And just when you thought this loser couldn't get any more losery, here we are. He irritates me to no end. I mean, I understand why Anali looks like she's always about to bolt back to Peru.
Estoy muriendo de ejercicios. Push-ups, squats.
Pero ¿por qué recién el último día?
That's me before any beach vacation. I'm lazy AF. And then 3 days before departure is when I start eating carrots and water and exercise like crazy in hopes that I'll lose 10 pounds and gain a six-pack in 3 days. Which is never the case, obviously. So it's the day before the wedding and the morning after the bachelor and bachelorette parties.
¿Cómo estuvo tu despedida?
Estuvo relajante.
¿Qué hicieron?
We have to go to the Friendly Forester Forestry Shop, brother.
Friendly Forester.
This is the weirdest bachelor party I've ever been to.
¿Cómo estuvo tu despedida?
Now let's remember, Captain Nerd here told her no strippers at the bachelorette party, but we all know that once you say the magic words, no stripper, poof, a stripper appears.
Tu hermana me sorprendió con stripper.
Oh no, it's that look of anger on his face that honestly looks more like a face of someone who's constipated.
Pero ignoraste la regla, pues.
Pensé que era inmigración porque vino de policía.
I guess she's never seen an immigration officer before because this dude looks like something pulled out of a drain pipe. But anyway.
Dije muchas veces, no, aléjate, baila con Brandy.
Pero aceptaste al fin.
OMG with this one. I mean, what is she supposed to do on this tiny little party bus? I mean...
Un carro de fiesta. Estaba en movimiento, ni modo que bote a él stripper por la ventana, ¿verdad?
Sister Clayton was the one that hired the dollar store stripper. It's not her fault, you know?
Novia no me quiere alguien más.
He's honestly such a baby. Like, seriously, he's acting like he's a 13-year-old or something. Not a grown-ass man in his 30s.
Haz lo que quieras, en serio. Porque eres realmente celoso y entonces estás, no sé.
If he has anything to be jealous about with the stripper is the fact that the stripper probably doesn't have a mother living where he stores his coats. That was probably the most fun she's had in 3 months. I mean, good for you, girl, that you finally cracked a smile. Now I understand why she's always walking away from conversations with him. I mean, I would be Speedy Gonzalez myself out of there. So they have another conversation about the stripper, for whatever reason, and Boxer Rocks can't let the stripper night go.
Hasta qué punto participaste en lo que sea.
And what she did, and the sequence of events, and good lord, he wears me out. He really does. I can't even imagine what it's like to be with him, physically with him, living with him in a tiny apartment, and it's not like she can hide anywhere because the closet is already taken by his mom.
Esta conversación ya va a terminar aquí o vas a continuar con lo mismo.
No, Anali, this is not the end, and he will drive you nuts for the rest of eternity, or at least as long as your marriage lasts.
Me gustaría saber más detalles.
Ese es mi problema.
So we leave off with Anali needing more time to think the night before the wedding. And from what the previews show us, she might actually make like a bread truck and haul buns and not marry him. But you know, TLC does like to toy with our emotions in the previews. So they're probably going to get married and live unhappily ever after. Okay, so now let's go to Gino and Jasmine. as they go wedding dress shopping for Jasmine's dress.
Today, Gino and I are going to look at wedding gowns.
So I need to take a minute because my dog Mango wants to tell you to like and subscribe. All right, let's get back to the show. And yes, he goes with her, probably to make sure that she doesn't misuse the wedding dress money again on like Botox or whatever she's in her feelings about this week. Because remember, the first round of wedding dress money went straight to her butt.
Oh my goodness! Hi, Jasmine. Welcome.
So they get to the store and the dress ladies ask, what's your budget? You know, what are you looking to spend?
What are we trying to stay around so I know what to pull?
So I'm hoping that we can stay somewhere around $1,000.
And everyone gives them a look like, are you serious? Not in this store.
That doesn't even exist. Not when it comes to wedding dresses.
Actually, Jasmine, why, if you hop onto Temu.com, you can find a below average beauty for $39.99 with some stellar reviews, I might add. For instance, one customer said, hated it. Another one said, not wedding worthy at all. Or you can pick from this head-turning ensemble for $28.77. Yes, that's $28.77. And customers are gobsmacked over this outfit. For instance, one customer wrote, it doesn't fit me. I am sad. Another customer wrote, it's ugly, really ugly. So there you go, Jasmine. Where there's a will, there's a way. So the dress ladies think that they can figure something out for them. I mean, sure, okay. I mean, the only thing that costs $1,000 at the store is probably a veil or a brooch. But yeah, let's play delusional for a second.
We can work something out, so
Good.
don't worry about that. Let's just enjoy the day. And
And I didn't know Gino and I had something in common. Gino, you have a nervous fear and hesitation of opening a champagne bottle? Me too.
Oh! I'm sorry I made such a mess.
No worries.
I feel really bad.
Absolutely not.
So Myrtle the Turtle sits down and let the fashion show begin.
Category is angelic white.
The first one's cute, not my favorite. I think the bodice looks a little cheapy, and the lace kind of gives me more of a quinceañera vibe than anything else.
I was just curious, you know, what the cost of this dress.
This one's gonna be a little over $3,000.
Ooh.
Is this what the dress ladies meant by working with his budget?
Come on, baby, it's just a few thousand. You're not gonna go bankruptcy. Baby, invested in my happiness.
He did, but it went straight to your butt. The second one is my favorite. She looks gorge.
Do you know how much this costs? Or
Yeah, this one is close to $5,000.
5?
Is this what wedding vendors do? You give them a budget and then they show you a price tag that makes you want to gouge your eyes out? Or is this TLC scheming or something?
Definitely some friction with financials. It's a little uncomfortable. I don't want to interject or get too involved.
Lady, you showed them a $5,000 dress. After he said he could only spend $2, you kind of made an awkward situation worse. The third dress is beautiful as well.
I asked her something more friendly to your budget.
Oh, we could do about $2,000 for you, and
Aw, and look, she's being considerate. Jasmine, the patron saint of budgets.
Do you like the dress?
is this the one
Are
that
you sure?
want?
I want to make sure you're happy with the dress.
And it's winner, winner, chicken dinner for the third one. So then they go and see the wedding venue at this fancy, adorable barn. And it's cute, you know, it's not her style. She's more of a beach girl, and he's more from Michigan.
Wow, this is big.
Look at this lumps.
And it's just kind of like some really twisted Green Acres episode. My motto is, as long as you have an open bar, your guests will be happy. Speaking as a longtime guest. So Jasmine's main issue, besides Michigan, is Gino's family.
What if they say something mean, or they don't like something, or they come with their questions?
And I get it. I wouldn't want people coming to my wedding that have talked crap about me and have low opinions of me. So I get her hesitation for not wanting them there. So Gino, for once, has a good idea of planning a dinner with Jazzy and the fam, where they have a real Oprah moment. So she opens up about her feelings.
This fear of, oh, is she gonna hurt him? What is she looking, you know? And you have valid reasons.
she really becomes really vulnerable in this conversation, and good for her for showing that side of her to his family.
I want to know what it's going to take to be loved and accepted by you.
And the great thing is the family reciprocated.
You could really tell that she wants to do the best for my uncle. So, she really does, love with her heart.
And, it seems like all is well in the world, at least until Gino does something to piss her off again. Okay, so now let's go to the human equivalent of a damp, moldy rag, and Sophie. So if you remember, folks, Sophie went to sleep the night after the tiff that Sophie's mom and Rob had. So, the emotions are elevated. She goes back to him, and it seems like same crap, same outhouse.
I expected you and your mom to have spent the whole night just talking about how terrible I am.
No, not at all.
They should have, Rob, because you suck, like, a lot. So he goes on and on and on about how she didn't stick up for him and how she needs to be by his side. What's there to stick up for, Dingleberry? There's nothing. There's nothing.
Home, I know you hate it. Sweet home.
I don't hate it.
He's not a gaslighter. He literally sets the forest on fire with his stupidity.
You ever heard the phrase, left out to dry?
Someone put a pacifier in his mouth, please.
I saw on Facebook that you was up to for posting a lot of posts which were obviously aimed at me, which I thought was pretty childish.
It wasn't aimed at you.
So while Sophie stayed with her mom, baby Rob posted memes on Facebook, putting his relationship on blast for everyone to hear, but especially for Sophie.
Saying, I've always had myself, so I'm going to be good alone. When she buys you a meal one time and she acts like she takes care of you.
Because that's how he was trying to communicate with her, through memes. Passive-aggressive memes, in fact. No longer are the days of calling someone up or at least texting and telling them how you feel. No, it's now through memes.
The one saying, oh, I'm just going to act emotionally intelligent to people who aren't emotionally intelligent or something like that.
So you say you're emotionally intelligent and you communicate this way.
I want to talk about that matters, and you want to talk about social media posts. Maybe you can't just...
And Sophie's just over it. He is such a narcissist. Rob, you fought her over buying a duvet. You fought her over having a bathroom in the apartment. He's so stunted. Anyway, it's like going in circles with these two, but we're going to leave him aside and we're going to focus now on Citra and What's-His-Face. And What's-His-Face is going to convert.
We're going to the mosque today for me to convert, finally become a Muslim, and we're married in the eyes of Allah.
And dude doesn't even know how to sit to pray. Like, I would imagine that this would be one of the basics.
Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about being a Muslim.
Yeah, we know. I really like Citra. She's one of my favorite humans on this season, and I hate the fact that she's marrying him because he hasn't been totally honest with her and her family over really problematic things that kind of are a make it or break it type of thing that a person should know before marrying. But anyways, it doesn't matter anymore because he's converting and he already got married in the mosque. And it's lovely because his dad shows up. And Dad, have you met Mike? I feel like you guys would be really great friends.
Like aliens or something. Like there's something out there.
And it's great that he made it because his mom, and I don't really know anything about the rest of his family, no one else went to the conversion. And I think the family should have been there to support. And well, unfortunately they didn't pull through, but Dad did. And now let's pivot to Ashley and Manuel. So we start off with both of them talking to Manuel's mom. And there was a lot of crying. There was a lot of promising. There was a lot of, sadness because she can't be there. But, they're getting married. Anyways, it's a big cry fest. Let's move on. So her efficient calls, ring, ring, and a tropical storm is a brewing.
It looks like we're going to have tropical storms.
Oh, God. Okay. In my head.
And on its way.
You have to understand when you're on the beach, possibly putting your people in a really serious situation.
As someone who grew up in Florida, it's not complicated to know if a hurricane or a tropical storm is coming. As long as you pay attention to the news or your phone, we do have smartphones, you can pretty much figure out when a storm is about to hit. It's not the 1920s, but for them, it seems like it came out of nowhere. And honestly, Ashley is such an Ashley because she really Ashleys it up this scene.
If it rains, or even worse, if there's a hurricane, I'm gonna die.
The problem with the tropical storm, besides safety, is the fact that the date and time were aligned with the stars and the moon and the pina coladas and the planets and flip-flops.
I intentionally wanted to marry Manuel as close to the full moon in Pisces as I could. This full moon hitting right on day 89.
I don't know. It's all aligned, and apparently if she moves it a minute, a day, an hour, everything's going to collapse, and it's not going to be her dream goddess wedding.
It's happening. We're getting married on the beach. That's the vision. That's what's happening. That's what we're doing at 5:30 p.m.
So Bridezilla is going to do what a Bridezilla is going to do and endanger her guests for this full moon 5 p.m. storm goddess ceremony wedding. And yeah, you know, lightning might hit someone. Someone might get blown away.
Like, what would happen if that dream is crushed?
My world will implode on itself.
And I guess we'll see how this turns out. You know, you could easily move the entire wedding inside and still have it at the same hour. But, you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And anyways, guys, I think that's it. We're done, right? Those are all the couples. Why do I feel like I'm missing someone? Anyways, guys, thank you so much. That's it for today. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the little dingleberry, hit the little bell, so you never miss a story. Anyways, guys, thanks again. I hope to see you in the next one, and have a great week. Bye.